Is this a good Hado figure for under 30 USD? Let's find out. Welcome to Running on Empty. This is the Amazing Heroes Volume 31 Hado by Banpresto. I'll get the bad points out of the way so that we can focus on the good for the rest of the video. Firstly, I despise support pegs, especially when they attach them to the character's glutes. Banpresto, please, find another way. It feels so wrong and invasive. In this case, I kind of get it because of the pose that they've chosen, but I feel like they could have just put the support peg on her spine or something. Anyway, also speaking of support pegs, there's a second one for her hair, but it feels useless 50% of the time because her hair just slips off it. I wish that they would make it a clamp one so that at least there would be a specific section of her hair that is meant to attach to it, but in this case it just acts as a prop for the hair instead of an actual support peg. I also hate the base because it's transparent. I feel like if they're going to do transparent bases, at least give them unique colors. If they're going to be black like this, I'd prefer that they were a solid black color instead of transparent because it just looks cheaper in my opinion. Another thing, she comes apart pretty easily, so you have to be very careful when you transport the figure. Carry her by the base and she wobbles because of the support pegs. Try to carry her by the head and that's no good as well because her head detaches very easily. So you have to be very careful with this particular figure. She's not sturdy at all. Okay, enough whinging and on to the good. Immediately, fantastic expression and awesome pose. The pose is very elegant and dainty and cheerful all at the same time. I like that they've chosen this wide smiled expression here. There is another Hado figure with a similar pose and stance as this one by Banpresto, but that one doesn't have the bright smile, which I feel like takes away some vibrancy from the figure. If you're gonna get a Hado figure, get one that is giving you the widest grin that she can give you, and I think this one takes that box very well. Another thing that I like about this figure is that they have bothered to sculpt the energy detail on her gauntlets. That detail in and of itself adds not only vibrancy to the figure, but also adds to the color palette of the figure. When you put her on a shelf, Hado really pops out at you. She's that distinctive because of her color palette and also because of the pose and expression that she has. Over to the hair, you know, it's okay. It's mainly just one dense sheet of plastic. Since it's a budget figure, I like that they've done their best in adding the spirally detail. She's not a scale figure, but she does come at 22.5 centimeters from the tip of her base to the tip of her hair, so she's not a tiny figure. She will draw your eye on a shelf. Overall, I think this is well worth the $19 that I spent. She's a bundle of joy. Every time I look at her, I smile. And I feel like she's just so cheerful. She's one of those characters that does well in figure form, especially when she's as cheerful as this. It's definitely worth getting a Hado figure, especially if you like the character, which I do. So to answer my question, is this a good Hado figure for under 30 USD? Yes, absolutely.